Hello to all of our wonderful Clovel families. I would like to chat with you today about the latest federal government changes introduced to the early childhood education and care sector. Firstly though, I would like to thank all of our Clovel family members, you the parents, your fabulous children and our dedicated Clovel educators for sticking together and supporting each other throughout this whole sad COVID journey. Some of our families decided to keep their children at home, and we respect their decision. But we now invite all of you who have not returned to take a leap of faith and bring your children back to Clovel so that they can play with their friends again and so that we can nurture, develop, educate and care for your little darlings to ensure that they have those vital building blocks in place that will set them up for life when it is time for them to transition to big school. To those of you who continue to bring your children to us, as it was impossible for you to keep them at home, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for having faith in our wonderful Clovel team that they would give their all to keep your children safe. I would like to publicly praise our extraordinary Clovel educators who have worked diligently throughout the COVID situation, making sure your children were kept safe and that our COVID-introduced health, hygiene and safety policies were followed by all Clovel family members. I truly value our educators and I feel blessed to have them as part of our Clovel family. And as such, we have made sure as a company we absorb the expenses necessary to keep our team together and to make sure we continue to support and provide our unique service to our Clovel families during these challenging times. And we are proud to be only one of a handful of centres that has taken on this responsibility as we pride ourselves on looking after our exceptional educators. So a very big thank you from me to all of our wonderful Clovel family, our parents, our children and our educators. As you may already know from the media outlets, the federal government has decided to move back to CCS from the 13th of July, and this means that from that date, all centres will be required by federal law to charge gap fees. Therefore, we at Clovel are getting ready for the return of the childcare subsidy. So in order for Clovel to be able to advise you on what your estimated gap fee will be beginning the 13th of July, we need all of our Clovel families to make sure their details are thoroughly up to date with Centrelink. And if your child is a new enrolment with Clovel, you may need to confirm this enrolment through your MyGov account. I need to let you know that the federal government has made it clear that if your details are not up to date, your childcare subsidy will cut out on the 13th of July. So in order for your family to continue receiving its CCS, you will now need to make sure you have confirmed your income with Centrelink by lodging your tax returns with the Australian Tax Office or by completing an Advise Non-Lodgement of Tax Return in your Centrelink online account through MyGov or your Express Plus Centrelink mobile app. Bearing in mind that if you have already completed your family income tax return for 2018-19, there's nothing else you will need to do. So back to normal it will be from the 13th of July, and as such, Clovel will be required to reintroduce fees. As you would already know, that as per our payment of fees policy, fees are payable 2 weeks in advance of your child's attendance. To make things easier for all of our wonderful Clovel families, Maria or Teresa will be in contact with you all with an estimate of what your fortnightly fee will be moving forward from the 13th of July. As a result of COVID, we appreciate that employment and income of some families has changed. If your family is in this situation, I encourage you to speak with Maria or Teresa to ensure that you are receiving all of the subsidies to which you are entitled, taking into consideration options such as the relaxed activity test, as well as the additional childcare subsidy, ACCS, for temporary financial hardship. In closing, I want to say thank you again to all of you wonderful Clovel families, your gorgeous children, and our fabulous dedicated educators. Have a great day. Love, Lyn.